are we? Hope we're doing well. Welcome back to another episode of the Time Waster Podcast. The only show where if you've got time to waste, you've come to the right place. I'm your host, Finton Smith. Biggity boom, get me a spoon. Let's get into it. Something that's really tickled my fancy. Something that's really tickled my fancy lately. It's really come on my radar. And I just love it. I love it to bits. I just find it so funny because I like basically everything I talk about. I just don't understand it. I just don't get it, and that's why I love it. Right? The thing I'm talking about is, of course, the professional platter setters. I don't know what their official title is or whatever, but like you're the customer, right? And you pay for it or whatever, and they come and they set up a couple plates for you with, just like some like deli meats and some fruits and some nuts and pretzels and dessert ones and, whatever. And they're just on these plates, and like you have them, at your grazing stations, whatever, for a party or picnic or whatever. And it's not a silly product. Because I can see, I can kind of see its merit, but it's just something I would never do. But yeah, I kind of get that. But what I love about it, what I absolutely love to bits is just basically, at its essence, if you're, one of these workers or whatever, imagine getting paid, right? Imagine getting paid to decorate a plate. Woo! Yeah! Job counselors all across the country are going up. They're giving themselves pats on the back. They're going, yeah, buddy. I mean, that's the new program. You only got 2 jobs you're going to suggest to kids nowadays: social influencers and bloody plate setters. Oh, brilliant. Woohoo! Brilliant. You're getting paid to decorate a plate because they're not even cooking things. It's not like, they're out here making a big barbecue for you, making all these delicate cakes and things. Yeah, I'm sure there's probably, some do that, but the vast majority, it's literally, if you're the customer, you are paying someone to go shopping for you and just put it on a plate knife. That's literally all it is. At its essence, that's literally all it is. You could do it yourself for 1,000,000 times cheaper. You do the shopping, setting up a plate if you really want it to make nice. It's only going to take a couple minutes. 10 minutes max if you want it to be perfect. Like, why would you spend your money on that? But absolutely, hats off to the people that run those businesses, because you're just running a scam and these suckers eat it up. Literally, no pun intended, but they eat it up. You're just decorating a plate. You're getting paid to do grocery shopping, and then you just put it on a plate nice. You don't have to make anything. You don't have to think very hard. You just go, oh, what goes with strawberries? Oh, other fruits. I'll put a passion fruit. That's a pretty one. Oh, mango. That's pretty. Oh, let's separate that and the deli meats, consisting of shaved ham and salami and a bit of prosciutto, with a row of nuts and pretzels, but it's an assorted trail mix. So there's a couple little sultanas and some little M&Ms in there, and I'm gonna charge them a lot of money for that. It's just dumb, and it's like they do the same thing for not food, but it is food. There's the higher arc, the next level is where they do it, and it's like the date night picnic or whatever, and they do it, and basically you're paying them for them just to get a little, little Kmart table, some bean bags, shitty little $5 shop, the dollar shop like lanterns across the top of this table thing, and then they put a platter on there. But of course, it's date night, so they get a bottle of Shiraz, bottle of $5 Shiraz on there as well, and people pay money for that. So dumb. It's like, but absolutely hats off to the people that run those. You're running an absolute scam, and these suckers eat it up. If you want to do that, you could do it yourself for a million times cheaper, and guess what? A million times easier. It's not very hard. What? You want to go on the beach and have a little picnic with your lady? Okay, well, you could just get pillows from home or a beanbag, cost you a couple dollars from the shop, and you could put that there, and you could get a little fold-away table you probably have at your house. You put that on the beach as well. Or, you could just, you don't need the table, because who the hell sits at a table on the beach? Psychopaths. That's who sits on tables at the beach. Psychopaths. I would never trust anyone in the world, especially that if you sit on a beanbag at a table, you lose all credibility, all respect from me. I would never be able to look at you the same way. I wouldn't care who you would. You could be my wife for 30 years. I catch you sitting on the beach at a desk on a beanbag. Boom, it's over. It would never be the same. It would never be the same. So you could just, do it yourself. DIY Steve it. DIY Dan it. DIY, that's a fun word to say real fast. DIY. Sounds like DIY. That sounds like a town in Ohio. Anyway, you could just go get a rug or a towel or a mat or a blanket, get a doona. That would work, right? That would work brilliant. Get a doona, put it on the beach, get some snacks, get a little platter with some deli meat and some cheese on it if you really want to be fancy. You could buy the same bottle of Shiraz, and boom, you could get the little $5 lanterns, solar lanterns, and you could do the exact same thing, and it costs you so much. Like, I hats off to them though. Again, not a silly product, because its purpose is served by suckers. But on a different note, but not really, because it's something that I also don't understand. But this isn't a scam. This is just something that I have been seeing a lot lately, and I have to pinch myself. I'm like, are we in the 1800s? Are we in the gold rush? Am I in Ballarat? Metal detectors. Every time, like, I go to the beach a lot, right? And every single time I'm there, right? There is always, without fail, at least one person with a goddamn metal detector out on the beach looking for what? Like, my biggest gripe with it, my biggest question is, what drives a person in the year 2020 to be using a metal detector? Now, is it because you are that desperate? You are that desperate for money? Are you that poor? Because please, sir, make it easier on both of us. Just ask, and I will give you my credit card. If that's the reason, my heart goes out to you. Or is the other thing, because it can only be two things. You're that desperate for money, or you just have that much free time. Do you just have nothing? And I mean nothing better to do. Nothing better to do. So you spend your days using a metal detector. You're metal detecting on a beach. Because absolutely no person in the entire universe could honestly, hands on heart, in a court of law, say the oath and say, I swear that this is fun. No one. Not a soul. Find me one person that can honestly say, a metal detector. Yeah, it's my hobby. It's fun. I'm going to bring the kids into it when they come of age. It's the family business. Here at Metal Mike's Detecting Agency. We don't find gold, but we sure do search for it. Yeah! That's the slogan. And sometimes you see multiple. They're together. Are they enemies? Are they fighting for the gold? Like, what could you possibly find? What is a good day for a metal detector, The other day I went there like late, and it was like getting dark, and he was still out there. The beach is big. Like, are you gonna search the whole thing? Are you come daily and like cut into bits? Like, what could you possibly find that makes it worth your time? And of course, you know, you could find the UFO, or, you know, you could say something outlandish like that, but that's a 1 in a gazillion, you know, chance. Sure, there's got to be something cool, but chances you're going to find it with a little metal detector that looks like it's more at home in a nuclear winter than Shell Harbour? I don't understand. What could you possibly find that makes you come on a day that makes you come back the next day and go, yeah, that was fun. That was worth my time. Let's do it again. What, a couple bucks? Like, what? Because it's not even finding notes. It would just find coins. So what's the best case scenario? You find enough to be in one of those Macca's ads, the loose change menu. Oh, you know, and they have you're sweating heap. You're on the beach. You've been there for 6 hours. And when it goes bzzz, and you're like, you know, oh, sort of looks like a thing. You kind of look at the camera. Oh, you dig it up. Oh, it's $2. Go to Macca's. And then you go buy a little ice cream sundae. Is that the best case scenario? You find $3.70, and then you're like the next day, oh, I might find $3.80. And if I don't go, I'll never know. So I'm gonna do it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah. But something that's also funny is, you know, Instagram, right? It's a weird place. The internet in general is a weird place. But some of the weirdest people, well, I was just going to straight up say some of the weirdest people are women. But I don't know if that sounds very well. If that sounds very good. So, you know, just imagine that, but like in a nice way, right? Because what I'm talking about is, you know, I do a lot of research, online, right? And throughout all my experience on Instagram, right, I've only ever found like 2 exceptions to this, right? There is only one job in the whole world that people that aren't celebrities, obviously, like, you know, people that are celebrities or professionals or whatever, you know, like, they don't count in this, you know? Because what I'm saying is the only job that people I've ever seen in an Instagram bio is registered nurse. Why? Like, I get that's kind of what bios are for, right? But like, what? Like, I don't care. Like, why? Like, I just want to understand, why is that the job? Like, why is that the job? People don't put any other job. And like I said, professional athletes or whatever, you know, obviously they don't count. But like normal people, the only job. I saw one person that had like psychologist, which was kind of weird. But registered nurse. It's the only job I've ever seen in an Instagram bio. Why is that? I want to know. Why is that? Men do it. Women do it. All across. You ever seen accounts like in America do it? In Australia? All over the world. That's the only job. It's like people sat down. You know, you do the uni degree, and once you get the cap, it just instantly appears in your bio. I don't understand. Are they all actually registered nurses, or is it just, I'm in my 2nd month of the course? I don't understand. It's very strange to me. Why is that? Writers don't put writer down. People that work at, you know, checkout chicks don't put out checkout chick. People that... Doctors don't put doctor. You know, psychiatrists don't put psychiatrists. Physiotherapists don't put that. Brain surgeons don't put that in their bio. Bartenders don't. Just registered nurses. And I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I want to know why. It perplexes me. Congratulations, though. Woo-hoo-hoo! Congratulations, I am happy for you. But on a very similar vein, another thing that goes in Instagram bios that, yeah, like I said, it's very similar vein. Because I also don't understand. But you know how, like, on Instagram, you can make your account, you can make it like a business account or whatever, and you can put like basically the cool thing is you get insights, so you can see like who views your page or whatever. My numbers are not good, but you can also, you just get a little title, right? You can choose what your business is, your profession, your title, whatever. And you see some absolute comedians put, grocery store, and then of course the caption is, oh yeah, I'm a grocery store, whatever. Well, no, Millie, you're an idiot. I don't know what comedic effect has this had. It's had absolutely zero, but that's cool, whatever. That's not my gripe. My gripe is with, particularly, of course, not exclusively, but particularly the females that put comedian as their profession. And then they proceed to be not funny. They, in fact, proceed to be the least funny people online. Because it's not funny. But I guess they're comedians. I don't understand. Like, it's just like, oh, yeah, like, I show my ass a lot, but it's because it's for, it's for comedic relief. Ask for comedic relief 2020. Let's get it started. But they're never funny. All it is, yeah, like I said, body pics, or it'll be, oh no, it'll be nights out, and it'll be the, before this got messy, haha, or, it'll be a funny night out pic. Well, like, that doesn't make you funny just because you drink a lot, you know what I mean? Just because you vomited in the toilets and then passed out, and then you don't remember, the next 4 hours. That doesn't make you a comedian. That makes you binge drinker. But, so I find that funny, right? But what also, I guess, labels it as a comedian is they'll do a video with a dog, right? The dog or something, and it'll be so funny, they'll be playing with a dog and it might lick them on the face, or the dog might do something that they might said sit and he rolled over, and then it's like, ha 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 ha, takes after its owner, and then they'll do the same thing. That's funny in the year 2020, I suppose. And then another classic is it'll just be a close-up of their face, and it would just be, they're doing a weird face, or their serious face, but they always look good. But even if it is truly weird, it's not funny. Just yeah, but it's all about the caption. You gotta actually say something funny. Oh, I've got a pretty weird head, especially now that my hair's in this growing. Like, once you shave your head, and then after a couple of weeks of like pure joy, it gets that weird growing phase where it's just, if I had the hair for an afro, it'd be cool, but I don't. So like it's hard to explain, but it's too short to do anything with it, but it's too long to not do anything with. Like, it's starting to get to that phase, and it just sort of gets puffy, and it looks real bad, right? So I could just do a close-up of my head, and guess what? It wouldn't be funny. Because I didn't say anything funny about it. Yeah. Just, so basically, my gripes are, I want everyone else to put their jobs in their bios, so registered nurses aren't alone. And I also want people to stop to just never put comedian in as your job title if the most funny thing you can do is take a slightly unflattering photo of your head accompanied by just basically nothing. Just basically nothing. Like, just nothing. But yeah, ask for comedic relief 2020, people. All right, that about wraps it up. Call me a tortilla, because that about wraps it up. Thank you for joining me. Please come back next week.